So, what is hope punk? As broad as both of those terms can be, in this case we're looking for something specific. That special feeling you get after a creative work so incredible it inspires you to do something. Even something little, like adding meditation to your day, or something big, like organizing with your local revolutionary, food bank? Fuck Trump, fuck ICE, no human is illegal, love is love. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Anyways, hope punk. This is a genre of media that seems to be growing more popular in the current age. Importantly, hope punk follows the ideas of the founder of utopian philosophy, Ernst Bloch. Primarily that hope is the thing that sparks the initial motivation of life and ideology in each and every one of us. For our purposes, my colleagues and I came up with 3 criteria. The essence of what we're looking for is something that's been around for a long time. After all, punk and anti-establishment movements have been stirring in almost every form of modern society. But this specific wave is a recent phenomenon. It comes from the exhaustion of a failing system, given a physical form through our art. All this rambling is to say our first category is recency. This is the loosest of the 3 since, as stated, punk movements date as far back as modernity itself. But there's something about the early to mid 2010s to the present, leaving that Obama administration, where people were just fed up, and that reflects in our hope punk media. The second criteria is in the name itself. It's the hope. So many things that choose to take a stand on any given issue or critique of the world make the mistake of being a little bit of a downer. This was especially popular in the 2000s with emo aesthetics on the rise. Everything's miserable, and everyone wants to reflect that in their art. But if everything is doom and gloom all the time, then no one is going to have the energy to combat it. I'm not saying we need to make things sunshine and rainbows 24/7. That kind of forced optimism is just as toxic as constant negativity. But if we don't have a firm foundation to begin with, then we can't see the bright future that we could be working towards. Take it from YouTube essayist and media analyst Witch Atlas.
This shit is bleak. But we can't give in to that cynicism. We can't give in to that hopelessness. We don't have a Superman in real life, and I think the movie itself knows that, which I think is also why the movie emphasized that Superman's humanity is his greatest strength, not his Kryptonian powers.
This is all to say, the media that we're consuming needs to end with a little bit of optimism. We need the hope in hope punk. You might have noticed what the third category is already. There's a bit of it floating all around this video, even now. The world is fucked up, so that punk part of the hope punk, you gotta offer critique of current events. Whether that's talking more about the mental health epidemic, the fascist uprising, corporate overlords, or the absurdity of consumeristic culture across the globe. It's not enough to be hopeful about making things better, and it's not enough to give tiny little hints and nods about the things you want to talk about. You have to say it. The movement loses if we're not willing to speak up about what pisses us off in the first place. Say it with your chest. We need to critique. So our 3 criteria: relevance to the modern day, inspiring optimism, and direct critique. That's all put together to make hope punk. Hope punk creates this ideology of what we want to see from our media, what the media is inspiring from us when we come out of it. Hope punk is more than just a genre, it's the ideal that we strive for. So what fits our triple Venn diagram of criteria to a T?
Piece of shit! Alien! That is where you've always been wrong about me, Lex. I'm as human as anyone. I love, I get scared. I wake up every morning and despite not knowing what to do, I put one foot in front of the other and I try to make the best choices I can. I screw up all the time, but that is being human. And that's my greatest strength. 'Cause I'm a punk rocker, yes I am.
Well, duh. That is the most obvious answer. And yeah, it's obvious for a reason. It's the perfect example. It came out less than a year ago, it is directly critiquing current world events, and it leaves you with a feeling of wanting to do better in your society. Take a look at the way the algorithms were changed by the release of that movie in summer of 2025. All of the depressing content that normally thrives on clickbait culture was drowned to death in a sea of hope and yearning for a brighter tomorrow, in large part because of the feelings that this movie inspired. That's what we're looking for. But that's not what I want to talk about. I want to go a little deeper than that. I want to choose something you might not at first expect. Let's talk about what do you think I am? Some kind of monster?